Hi, my name is Kevin Fernandez and welcome to my channel, Gamers Genie. Today we're going to count down my top 10 favorite hidden role games. Now, I'm going to do a little clarification for those of you who are new to this hobby and or have never heard this expression before. Hidden role games are a game where a player or group of players are playing a game as per usual. But the twist is a player or a group of players have a hidden role, meaning that they are someone who's working against the other players secretly and are trying to prevent them from claiming victory. Some of these games that come to mind are like Resistance or One Night Ultimate Werewolf. These two are very common within the board gaming community for hidden role games. I do love hidden role games, trying to figure out who's the person who did it. I love that everybody kind of like takes out the wrong person thinking that they're the correct person, and they kind of end up sabotaging themselves. It's a pretty fun game. And I'm picking this because we're getting into the Halloween season, and you know, there's a lot of stuff of people putting on a facade and pretending who they are, and you need to figure that out. So without further ado, let's count down. Okay, so number 10 is kind of a little bit of a classic game coming in that it's Coup by Indie Boards and Cards. In this game, this one is a hidden role game, but it's I would say it's number 10 because it's not as like big in depth. I would definitely say this is one that if you want to have a little more, if you want to get some people who have never really played this before. So what you do is you have a card in front of you, and you say that you are that card. You keep it face down, and every turn you can say, "I am that card," and you activate that card. So like the Duke or whatever, and you activate their powers, and you do their powers. But you could have. But the thing is, you could not have that card, and people have to call out your bluff, whether you are telling the truth or not. I believe there are consequences for this, for if they call you out wrong, and there are consequences for you if they call you out correctly. This is a fun little game to play, and it is kind of interesting to know, do I want to call out their bluff, or do I just want to let them get their way? But you know, I do enjoy Coup. It is in my collection somewhere. Oh yeah, here it is, right here. Coup is a pretty fun game right there. It's a nice travel game as well. So number 10, Coup. Okay, so number 9 is kind of new. It's called Gathering of the Wicked by Zeg Madik. And you get to play as different Disney villains. And it's basically the same thing. You gotta someone did a crime, and you gotta figure out who did that crime, but you're villains. So you all are kind of like working to sabotage you figuring out who did it. And you can use other sidekicks as well. I put this one at number 9, mostly because I would say I don't like that they have the sidekicks in there. I would have preferred it if they just put a lot more villains, made it a big party game, kind of like one of the other games on our list. Yep, like one of the other games on our list. But they get some points because they picked some very favorable villains. We got Cruella de Vil, we got Jafar, we got Maleficent. They're doing Prince John again. I think they mostly are taking like a lot of the characters from Villainous and putting them in there. But that's basically it. You have to figure out who's like sabotaging everybody's evil schemes and everything like that, and who's the traitor. It's really hard because you're all villains, so it could be any one of you. I like that premise that instead of just one person being the bad guy disguising themselves as a good guy, it's you're all bad guys. There's nobody in disguise, and you just need to figure out who is like bad enough to betray a bunch of bad guys. So number 9, Gathering of the Wicked. Okay, so number 8 is a game that I kind of played like pretty recently. It is Snakes by Big Potato Games. And in Snakes, it's a trivia game. But here's the difference. There's a traitor amongst you. So, let's say, like, what color are Mickey Mouse's, like, signature shorts? Now, and you have 3 answers, A, B, and C. And, like A could say, like, red and yellow. One can say green and purple. One can say, like, blue and pink. And then, like, the buttons. And then, like, a lot of people would be like, oh, wow, red and yellow, that's easy. But then a couple of other people could be like, are you sure? Because I remember green and pink was the color of his shorts. I distinctly remember that. And they have to convince you to do that. If they do, then they get points. But if you manage to guess correctly, then you get points. You work together as a team, and there is someone who's working against you. It is, I wanted to put this on this list because I feel like that's a very unique thing for not only a trivia game, to have like a hidden role, because I love trivia games, but I don't really feel like a lot of people like playing them with me, because I am one of those people who does know a lot about the different things that we're talking about. But yeah, I feel like Snakes is a good game to do. It's pretty fun, and yes, it does have questions like the Mickey Mouse one that I just said. It does have it expands from like history, mathematics, and as well as like pop culture. So number 8, Snakes. Okay, so number 7 is The Thing by Pendragon Game Studio, and this one is pretty much easy. You're pretty much going through the plot, the story of the movie The Thing. And so that means one of you is, of course, the thing. It's possessed by the alien, and you have to figure out who's possessed by the alien, and while trying to progress. And the person who's possessed by the thing has to progress their own story as well. So you have to figure out who's possessed and stop them before you can open up the base, because you are quarantined in that base. And you get to play as all the characters from the movie, so that's pretty cool as well. It is number 7 because now a lot of the games I've listed thus far, the Thing is a movie game, and those don't really have that big of a lifespan, so I don't know if this one is available. By the way, all the games I've previously mentioned, including this game, I recommend you check out. They're all very good games. But I liked it. But this one I liked the design of the board. I like how it's very true to the source material and everything. So if you are a big fan of this movie, or if you just like that cool hidden role game that like will really keep you on your toes, I recommend number 7, The Thing. Okay, so number 6 is When I Dream by Repo Productions. And When I Dream, you have so you have this card on a bed, and let's say it will have a picture on it. So let's say it has like a zebra. And then so one person who's like the fairies, they have to get you to guess it correctly. You have a blindfold. You're the dreamer. A team of fairies are trying to get you to guess the correct answer, and a team of boogeymen or nightmares are trying to get you to guess the incorrect answer. And to balance it out, there's a Sandman who kind of gives you a bigger, more obvious clue, a bigger, more slightly obvious clue, and you have to figure out what it is. If you guess it correctly, then the fairies get the points. If you guess it incorrectly, then the boogeymen get the points. This game was pretty interesting. Plus, it comes with a really cool like sleeper mask. So there's some bonus points for that. So you have a board game themed sleep mask. I really do hope I can play this game at some point soon because I know we have it. It's just buried, so yeah, it's buried at the bottom, so I'm not going to try to pull it out. But yeah, number 6, When I Dream. Okay, so number 5 is a game that I've recently played, but I like it this much, is a game called Saboteur by Amigo. And in this game, you get to play as, I believe they're gnomes. I know dwarves seems kind of obvious, but they're gnomes. I believe they're gnomes. And you're trying to build a tunnel to the treasure and to get out of the tunnel as quick as you can. The problem is, there is someone within your ranks that is trying to prevent you from getting out. So they're putting out extra tunnels to lead to nowhere, and they're moving there, and you gotta figure out who that is. But the thing is, you don't vote that person out or anything. They can just, even if they're discovered, it's like, oh, what are you gonna do about it? Yeah, you found me out, but what are you gonna do about it? And so if you don't make it out safely, the saboteur can win. But if you make it out safely, then you win. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple, but that's what I love about it, is because you can get it to the table quickly. It's just like a deck of cards. You shuffle it up, place them out, and so, yeah, number 5 is Saboteur. Okay, so number 4 is One Night Ultimate Werewolf by Brazier Games. Now, everybody I believe, has played a variation of werewolf. Of course, there's a person or group of people who's the werewolf, and everybody else is like, villagers. Some of them have special powers, and some of them are just nobodies. But you all can use special powers. The werewolves can kill someone, and then in the morning you have to figure out who is the werewolf and make sure you kill the werewolf. If you don't, that just means it's one more person you just got one more person closer to getting the werewolves to win. But if you guess correctly and you got all your werewolves killed, then you win the game. I love this game. I think there's a reason why this game has lasted so long, is because it is the most basic hidden role game ever. Yeah, there's some powers involved in it, but it's like literally you just take a card and you go, oh, that's my character. You put it in your pocket, you put it face down in front of you. If you have a table in front of you, you can pull this out, you can play it anywhere. It is really, really good. It's enjoyable. It's intense, and we're getting to Halloween. I recommend getting this game. You can get it at a pretty affordable price depending on where you go. One of the sad parts is we don't have like the price comparison website anymore because Board Game Atlas closed their doors. If anybody knows like a new price comparison website we can go to do that, let us know in the comments, because we need to fill that void. But yeah, number 4 is One Night Ultimate Werewolf. Okay, so number 3 is one of my favorites, because I've talked about this a couple times on this channel already, is Agatha Christie's Death on the Cards by Metaphys Entertainment. And the thing is about this one, it's got if you're a big Agatha Christie fan, it's got like all the detectives from all her different stories and stuff like that. And how you play this game is, depending on your number of players, you have a murderer, of course, because all her stories are murder mysteries. And you might have an accomplice if you have like the full number of players. And the goal of the game is for the murderer and the accomplice to stall for time until they've escaped. If they escape, they win. If the accomplice is caught, but the murderer escapes, they both still win. However, if the murderer is caught, then they lose. It's pretty cool, and all you do is just every turn you play a card or a set of cards. You just play these cards, and you just keep passing to the next player. Play, pass, and it gets intense because the deck runs out. And it can go faster and faster and faster and faster, and then like all the detectives are like, "Oh my gosh, we haven't found the murderer yet, and the deck is almost at the point where they've escaped. What are we gonna do?" Oh my gosh, I think I've played this every time I play this, no matter what. If I play this with 3 players, 2 players, 4 players, the full set of players, I always yeah, here it is, right here. Right there, there's death on the cards. That's the real thing instead of the picture I got up on the screen. So yeah, this is a 2 to 6 player game. It's for ages 10 and up, and it's approximately 20 to 40 minutes. I do love this game so much, the artwork, and if you're a big Agatha Christie fan, you're gonna really recognize a lot of the detectives. So number 3, Agatha Christie's Death on the Cards. Okay, so number 2 is what kind of a Halloween list is this? This is kind of my Halloween list. This is kind of a Halloween themed list since it's like, hidden roles. But what would this be without a H.P. Lovecraft board game? And that board game is Unfathomable. In this game, you are trying to sail. You're on a ship to Boston, but there are Deep One hybrids secretly hidden amongst you, and they're trying to sabotage the ship to prevent you from doing that, so that way, feeds it to the elder gods that are living deep within the ocean. And this game is really fun. It's really great. You're trying to prevent everything from falling apart while the Deep One hybrid is like slowly sabotaging it. I played this game a couple times, but the best one we had was with my little brother and my dad. And my little brother was the hybrid, and we never knew. And we're just a little bit away from making it to Boston. But then my brother revealed he's the traitor, and he just like blew up the ship. It's fun. It's it does keep you on your toes, especially if nobody's able to figure out who the traitor is. They could just never reveal themselves. They can reveal themselves. It's very interesting. So number 2, Unfathomable. Okay, so number 1 is Blood on the Clock Tower by the Pandemonium Institute. This game is like probably the ultimate hidden role game. It's kind of like a role-playing game, hidden role game, where you have to like really get into your character and everything like that. And it's really just you each have a role, and you get to interview each other and try to figure out who the demon is. And you have to... It's like One Night Ultimate Werewolf, you have to kill the demon. It's got that really basic thing, but it's like, there's a deep, intricate story that's proceeding through, and, it's the same thing. If everybody's dead, except for the demon, then the demon wins. If all the humans are dead, then the demon wins. If they killed all the demons, then the humans win. This game is really, really cool. I first discovered this game on a channel called No Rolls Barred. I will leave a link to one of their gameplay videos of Blood on the Clock Tower in the description below, so you can really see how cool this game is. So feel free to check that out. See what you think, and you can see why number 1 is Blood on the Clock Tower. Well, there you go. There's my top 10 favorite hidden role games. I do love hidden role games so much. Like, there was so many games that when I was doing research for this list, that I wanted to put on this list other than these 10, because I love hidden role games so much, and I played so many different hidden role games. They're all so great. But if you enjoy any hidden role games that you would like me or any of the other viewers to know about, please put them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, though, please hit that like button, click on the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to be notified for top 10s lists just like this. And if you are a big fan of the channel as a whole, consider becoming a Patreon supporter on our Patreon page. We have rewards such as you get early access to how to play videos. Some of the videos that we've done how to play stuff on, sometimes we have how to play videos that connect to these lists. Not this time. This time I kind of really felt like I should just do games I played, not games I featured as how to play videos on this channel. But if you're a big fan of the channel as a whole, and you want to show off that fandom, consider going over to our Etsy shop and checking out our merch store. I'll leave a link to that in the description below as well. Be on the lookout for our next top 10s list. But until then, thanks for the views.